It was okay. I obviously want to play every game, but in the context of the games and knowing that we got two massive ones coming up now, hopefully I'll be able to get ready and feel good in the next two.
And you've sort of been left back, but you've also played left-sided centre back in a three. Got any preference on that?
No preference whatsoever. As long as I'm out on the pitch, I'm happy.
You've played Ireland plenty of times as well, with one honourable exception at the Cardiff City Stadium, in the 4-1. They've been tough, really tough games, sort of grinding games, haven't they? You almost know what to expect. How do you look on that?
Yeah, 100%. They're always very tough to play against. They make the game hard for you. It's physical, and there hasn't been a lot of goals in it, like you said, apart from one of the games. So we're expecting a tight game, but it's the same old from us. We have to be patient, believe in ourselves, and hopefully we can come out of it with 3 points.
That 4-1 really did set the standard attacking wise. Maybe it hasn't lived up to that since. Any reason for that?
Not necessarily. I think you can have those days where everything seems to click, and in that first half, especially against Ireland, I thought that it just seemed to be going our way more than anything. And when you have someone who had the quality of Gareth to score the goals like he does in those games, it can take games away from teams. So no, it's we haven't gone and put 3-4 past teams, but we're winning games, and that's a habit you want to get into.
Well, yeah, and as a defender, you will know you've only conceded in one of the last 8 games, the 3 at Wembley. What is that down to, Ben?
You say about the attacking boys haven't necessarily got the goals, but they're a massive part of the clean sheets and the lack of goals we've been having. If as a team, as 11, that we're solid, we back ourselves, or we'd be able to get a goal in the game, and that foundation goes through all the way in the team. Everybody's first aim is to keep a clean sheet, and that's the foundations of winning games.
It is a great foundation. And also this habit of scoring late goals. All 3 goals in this tournament so far have been in the last 10 minutes. So are you going into those last 10 minutes thinking, yeah, we'll probably nick this now?
I think it's just a belief in what we're doing, knowing that if we're patient and we stick to the plans that has been put in place in the game, that hopefully in games it will pay off for us, and sticking to that plan has worked in this tournament so far.
Obviously, you mentioned Gareth Bale. Rob Page was just saying that he'd fallen back in love again. He's seen a player who's fallen back in love with football again. You see him every day. How much has he benefited from not being here in October with Wales? And where is he now as far as fitness and sharpness goes, by what you see, Ben, because you've known him a long time?
Yeah, I think I see him pretty much every day now, and it's an exciting Gareth Bale. It's one that, he's already got goals for Spurs, and hopefully he can do it for Wales. Like, I don't think anybody in this country has ever doubted him with the ability that he's got, and it's great to see him back in full flow.
Yeah, how much of a lift is that to everybody else as well? Because even he said a year or so ago, out in Croatia and Hungary, he wasn't playing regularly, and he did feel different to maybe what he does now.
I think every player feels that way. If you're not playing regularly, then it's hard to get your rhythm and hard to get to feel like you're playing your best football. And for Wales, if you've got somebody like him firing full cylinders, it's one of the best in the world. So we're so lucky to have him.
Yeah, and in a game like against Ireland, we talked about how tough they are. Someone like him can make the difference, do you think?
Yeah, players who can produce special stuff in difficult moments. So the difference between the very good and the top players, and we're lucky to have him here. And we're lucky that he can do that for us, and he's done it many times.
Wish you the best tomorrow, Ben.
Cheers, Rob.
Okay, great. Beth Fisher.
Hey, Ben, you're right.
Hi.
You had that 4 win in Cardiff a few years ago, but obviously no crowd again this weekend. Are you, as players, getting used to it, or is it still a bit strange?
Um, it's still quite strange, but we are kind of getting used to it, to be honest. Playing away in Bulgaria last month, even though it was a very small crowd, it was quite nice to have that feeling back again. But yeah, the sooner the better for us as players that fans can come back.
Just a note on the kind of Wales's growth over the last, 4 or 5 years, and you being part of that. How amazing does it feel that Wales are kind of on this trajectory of upwards, knowing that you win this league and then it makes the qualifying for the World Cup easier? What's that like, being part of that?
Yeah, it's great. I love playing for Wales, and that's exactly what I want to do, is be part of a team that wins games and is successful, and that's the drive, I think, has been instilled in all the boys here now. Then everyone's aiming for those goals.
And just a note on a couple of new members to the squad. I know obviously Josh and a couple of others got their debuts on Thursday night. Now it was. How are they fitting in, and what do you guys do to make sure that they do fit in? Knowing, especially with Josh, he's come quite late in his career.
Yeah, I played with Josh Sheehan at Swansea when I was young, when he was coming for the youth team, and he was a player who always had a lot of ability, and everybody expected him to really kick on in the game. And I think he had a couple of injuries over the last few years, and it's actually great to see him in this Welsh squad, and he's been excellent this week. He's shown his quality, he's shown what a good player he is, and that's the work he's done at Newport the last few years is really paying off. And someone like Brennan's been in the squad now 3 or 4 times. He's worked hard, he's given it his all every session, and he thoroughly deserved his debut, and it'd be nice if he could have put that chance away for us.
He looks a bit quick. What's he like in training? Yeah,
he's quick. He's got a lot of quality, and I think it's good for him to be with this squad to keep learning of some of the top wingers we've got here and some of the top midfield boys, and he looks like a very promising young player.
Last question from me. Winning momentum, it seems easy, but you as a player will know how hard it is to keep that up. And you look at the Welsh rugby team that 10 years successful. Do you keep one close eye on the fact that 1 or 2 results and it you talked about completely differently?
Yeah, completely. And I think I said earlier to Rob, it's about winning habits. And to be honest, sometimes it doesn't matter how it comes. If you keep winning games, that's the most important thing. I don't think we've been at our best in this Nations League, but look, we've got 3 wins. We're top of our group, and we want to continue that run.
Let's hope you do. Take care. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, Jeremy Langdon.
Hi, Ben.
Hi.
Yeah, just wondering whether you actually saw the rugby last night and whether you can cheer up the Welsh people and get some revenge on Sunday.
Yeah, it was a tough game, but I think it's the same for us in the football. We're expecting a tough night, and we have to be ready for what comes at us. And we've got to keep this run going in this Nations League.
How would you sum up the intensity of a game with Ireland, especially after the 0-0 last month?
Yeah, I think last month's game wasn't the best game of football for a neutral to watch, I don't think. But we've got 2 very committed teams, 2 teams that want to win every game and are full of pride. And I think that's one of the reasons that sometimes these games have been quite edgy, is that nobody wants to lose them. And it's about getting that attitude of winning the game. And
Ben, we've just seen Scotland qualify again for a major tournament after years and years of trying. I mean, how much does that whet your guys' appetite to get back to a major event?
Yeah, we can't wait. All the boys were watching the penalty shootout in their changing rooms after the USA game, and we knew exactly how they felt when they got there. We were actually delighted for them. There was a lot of cheering in our camp to see them go through, and they thoroughly deserve it. The opportunity to play there. They've got a lot of good players, and as far as the Welsh boys go, we want to emulate the success we had in 2016, and got a lot of new faces here now. We want to do it all over again.